Make sure you get the stream right this time, right?
Yeah, this time
Right.
everything is
Right.
good. Okay, looks okay. Um, all right, Mike's everything all good, ready to go. I hope. Um, looks good. All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to Game Week 17. Game Week 17 FPL Podcast Episode 18. I opened a window accidentally. And I've got with me Rush and Roy. And we've got a lot of questions to ask ourselves with all these COVID rumors going on. But before we get into that, how you guys been?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah.
Arsenal is back. I'm back.
So, Roy, you conveniently missed the last week's podcast, but just for everyone who forgot that Arsenal lost to United 3-2.
Come on, that's 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I think we didn't talk about it enough, Roy.
That's the past. That's the past. Let's just
Nah.
look forward.
Yeah, true. I mean, look, Arsenal did win 3-0 in this last game, but I really feel like we should talk about that 3-2 for at least a good solid minute. Yeah.
Roy conveniently missed it, went on a sabbatical.
Roy planned his dentist appointment just the day after.
Uh,
That's right.
Come on, guys.
It's
2 weeks
fine.
ago.
It's fine. The cities will never forget. The streets will never forget.
They bounced back.
Let's not waste everyone's time talking about this.
Sure.
True, fair enough. So today I've got Gallagher on the picture. Sadly, he got 15 points. All of you guys benefited it apart from me. But I've been. If I could wish one thing for Christmas, it's a green arrow. Right now, I need one badly. But yeah. All right, so let's get started. Agenda for today: season ticker. We'll look at the results. Obviously, the deadline is in a couple hours. With the first game got postponed due to COVID, United versus Brentford. We look at the season ticker. I've got the season ticker until 21, which we usually do, and I've also got one which is extended to include Chelsea's missed games as well, for the Club World Cup. Then we've got the managers teams. Game week 17 fixtures, managers teams, price changes, and then the panel team, which is doing all right. Getting more green arrows than me recently. But yeah, let's get started. All right, game week 16 results. So we'll talk through, I think, each game probably and go through it. Not many stats today because the deadline is too short. Just let's go through like what you guys thought about it, etc. So Brentford versus Watford. Thoughts? I think Roy got Dennis.
Yep, I do.
Yeah, I
Rushant
Dennis
also
too.
got Dennis.
But
Yeah.
Roy had Dennis and Mbeumo, so it wasn't a great start for me when I played him head to head this week.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Thanks for mentioning that. I beat Rush in head-to-head this week.
Yeah. Even though I got the third highest in the comp, Roy got the highest. I would have beaten literally 15 other people, but I had to lose.
Yeah. Roy has been doing well recently.
Look,
The last few weeks.
he's trusted in Mbeumo, and I guess he's the topic. So yeah, Watford. I think the goal they scored was pretty much Josh King's goal, really. And Dennis kind of just got the point. So yeah, look, we did talk about Josh King being really good in terms of XG and him being a very good pick, and I still think he is. That goal, another day was his goal, really. I mean, yeah, lucky for the Dennis owners, and I think Dennis has now gone over Josh King's price, so like matching Josh King's price, but could have gone either way. And then Brentford, without Tony, have now just decided to get back on the scoring cards, and yeah, Mbeumo at the end just changed it.
Yeah, but I do think it's
I know,
time
right?
to drop all your Brentford players. They've got a horrible
Now
set
that they
of
don't have the
they've got
game as
horrible
well.
set of games to come. I'm thinking about. I mean, if you have Brentford players, I think it's time to drop them.
Yeah, because people who own Mbeumo, I think, were keeping Mbeumo because there were other fires to put out. Now he himself has become a fire, so might as well just put him. Because I remember the panel team, we were last week discussing, maybe we could keep Mbeumo. Unfortunately, we put him on the bench on the panel team and didn't start him. But yeah, I think now is probably a time to get rid, especially with no game against United. But talking about Watford, right? So there was all the talk about King being probably a better asset than Dennis. with King probably playing more centrally than Dennis. But then the last game, it kind of switched. Dennis was more central than King. So do you think there's still, 2 weeks maybe or 3 weeks before AFCON? Would you still get Dennis in for the short period?
Well,
Or
for
would
me,
you go for
the
King?
thing is, we spoke about AFCON and before with Dennis having issues with the manager. Correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong, Nigerian manager's been fired.
So here's the crazy thing about that. He was fired, but they didn't have the money to fire him. So he's kind of like in a, I don't know whether he's actually fired or not fired,
Right, okay.
or
Well, that's crazy.
so they're in that very odd
Right, okay.
position.
Because I saw the news that he got fired, and I thought, okay, well, now Dennis is in because he was with Dennis with AFCON and stuff. But
Yeah.
well, yeah. I mean, Watford have a few good games left, obviously. It's
Would you okay, so obviously, okay, if anyone brings Dennis, because his price has been going up, okay, last few days as well, it's probably going to go up again today as well. Would you recommend maybe Dennis for the short term, Ronaldo out, Dennis in, for those who are looking at it?
Yeah, it's a good idea. Short term, good idea. Yep.
Yeah, because there is the potential. When we get to United, we'll speak about it as well, because there is a potential that even the Brighton game could potentially. We don't know what happens because Brighton also have COVID issues, all of that. So maybe that could also be an option for those who don't have Dennis. But the question is, would you double up on Dennis if you had? Because I'm assuming people who don't have Dennis probably have Josh King. Then the question is, would you double up on
No,
the two?
definitely not. Either or. You pick one, not the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Okay.
Watford at the end of the day is still bottom three, right?
I
So
believe so.
yeah,
Let me check.
no. Sometimes they score 4, sometimes they lose 4. It just it's too unpredictable, and I would not double up on their strikers.
Yeah.
That's the thing as well. Even though you have two options, at the end of the day, it's Watford. So even though you're bringing a Dennis or a King in, you're not bringing them to captain them, right? Let's bring them in for the cheap forward option to fill in your team. But with they're probably better than others in that price range of the 5.5 to 6 million. But again, no, I don't think doubling up, especially with you're bringing them for the short term to transfer them out with the plan of transferring them out. I don't think it's really a good FPL decision.
Yeah, because I'm also not a fan of like bringing a player and then just transferring them out in a couple of game weeks. Ideally, want a long term this thing, but I get the other thing with it's becoming more and more risky to now double up as well with all these COVID rumors just popping up from nowhere. Now, for those who doubled up on United assets, now they might be facing issues like people would have doubled up on Ronaldo and Dalot, or even tripled up on Ronaldo, Dalot, and De Gea. Now big problems. So I ideally would try to diversify your team as much as possible, especially for the short term, because it's very hard to tell what's going to happen.
I mean, good idea. I mean, generally with the COVID-19 happening at the moment, I think the strategy probably don't use your transfers until the last minute, because you just don't know what's going to happen, and don't make any long-term plans, because it's not going to work. Because for what I know, I mean, the whole week, the whole game, every single game might get postponed, every single one of them, because we don't know what's going to happen. The Premier League is really got a really difficult case to deal with now. I think they're going to have to go really, really hard. Like, all the players must be isolated for this to go ahead for long term, because if they don't, someone's going to get caught.
The other thing is fixture rescheduling is not easy, especially with World Cup coming next year, and they have to take a winter break as well. Next season, so they had to start the season early. So I don't know where they're going to I don't know where they're going to pile up in terms of like fixtures. The other thing is, okay, we have these players going out, right? that means they're going to double up and triple up soon, right? Potentially double game weeks for
Yep.
maybe United, a triple game week maybe for Spurs. It potential that those game weeks could not like those game weeks could happen within the next
Yep.
month or soon, because again it depends on United's situation. Because if I was to look at United's situation, they're out of the League Cup, right? And League Cup matches are
Mm-hmm.
next week, I think before Christmas. So if they wanted, they could potentially play Brentford versus United next
Yep.
week if they wanted to. Depends on the situation again for
Mm-hmm.
United and Brentford. Or it could be a bit more, I think, in early Jan. Again, it depends on the situation, depends on the
Mm-hmm.
schedules, everything. Which is not, I guess, again, goes back to what you said. Probably try and keep your transfers as
Yep.
late as possible.
I think for me, like in terms of yeah, I think there's definitely potential that it can happen in December. But I feel like in the
Yeah.
past, there's because December is already a very busy period. Tend to keep that double missed game weeks around sort of after 23, 24, even close to
Yeah.
30, right? That's why we saw a lot of the double game weeks, triple game weeks last year. Because you get more teams in that knockout qualifications, and if they do progress and stuff, then
Yeah.
those top teams kind of go away. So yeah, that's again, I think as Roy said, right now the situation in like London is crazy, right? There's so many teams with so many players getting tested positive. It's just really hard to like plan for it. And it's I'm sure Premier League right now, even with United, they're not thinking about that rescheduling that game. They're probably just worried about this game week,
Yeah.
focusing on
Fair enough.
players
True.
over the
True. True.
line now. And then once they start getting back into the groove and everyone's tested negative, then they can worry about the next one. So they got a big job ahead
Yeah.
of them.
I just realized Brentford are playing Chelsea next week, so that's not gonna happen in the League Cup. So that okay, yeah. All right, cool. That's Brentford Wolves. Moving on, Man City Wolves. Sorry, that's Brentford Watford. Man City Wolves 1-0. Um, any thoughts? Cancelo obviously suspended for one game, which before all of these COVID rumors, I thought, that's pretty good because now he's going to get a rest, and we know when the rest is happening as well, so it's all right. But now all COVID rumors and all, um, me personally, I would still keep Cancelo. Uh, but what about you
The
guys?
same. The same. I mean, it's only one game, and he will be playing when he's fit or he's clear of
Mm-hmm.
the suspension. He will play, so that's fine. As long as you have 11 players can score points for you, don't make any changes. Save your transfers. I think next week is going to be really, really important.
Yeah, I'm not getting rid of Cancelo. I got him at 6.1 and he's at 6.
Mm.
So you lose out so much value if I do decide to get rid of him for one game week.
Yeah, fair enough. Were in terms of so Phil Foden, he didn't start. Wait, do you guys have Phil Foden, or am I the only one still suffering with Phil
I have
Foden?
Bernardo.
No, no.
Okay, you guys have Bernardo. Um, would you guys? So this is with people who are looking to like replace Ronaldo as well, right? People are looking to like. There are not many like striker options. People are looking to Gabriel Jesus as an option. Uh, would that be like a recommendation, or because I'm not sure about Gabriel Jesus's
Mm.
minutes, especially over the next 2 game weeks. He might play this game week, but could potentially be rested next game week. I don't really know. Uh, would you triple up on City players, or would you just double up on City players if you were to pick someone? Assuming you have Cancelo, I guess if you have Cancelo and if you're looking for another City player, you're most likely going to triple up on the City players.
The thing with Jesus is that recently he hasn't really performed. That's my concern. His points haven't been worthy of him getting a call up into any FPL teams. And look, I mean, Wolves are very underrated. They almost kept a clean sheet
Yeah.
against Liverpool, so we knew that this game wasn't going to be as easy for City. I mean, if Liverpool only won 1-0, then you can't expect big things as well. But coming back to Jesus, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like with City kind of lost their attacking edge compared to last season, and also
Me, yeah. The only thing is, So I watched that game, right? And I was like, Bernardo Silva got into really good positions. Foden came on. Foden looked
Gundogan
really
was.
good. Had, yeah, had good chances, missed big chances, and I was just raging on Twitter. Absolute waste man for not missing. Um, but I don't know. They're a very odd team, City. When they're in the moment, they just can score multiple goals. But then the other times they're like, can hardly find a goal or something.
Yep, agree. I don't trust any Man City players.
But at the same time, I'm scared not to go with Man City players because of what they can do.
I just think that at 9.5,
Yeah,
are you
not an
guaranteed?
option.
I know that you don't have Ronaldo playing this week, but
Yeah.
I would personally wouldn't go for Jesus as a Ronaldo replacement. If I had Ronaldo and I was replacing it, I wouldn't go for Jesus.
If you were to pick two City players to start this week, who would we still remain the same like what we discussed last podcast in terms of Bernardo Silva, Foden, and then third Gundogan?
Yeah, look, I mean, yeah, I still think there's not much information for us to really change us.
Yeah, there
is De Bruyne, there is Sterling. He's on penalties now, apparently.
Yes, that's what he's also looking. Although I don't really trust Sterling because I'm like at the moment De Bruyne is back, Sterling's like okay, you can go.
And didn't Grealish play as well last game?
Yes,
I think there's too many weapons to choose from. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. Wolves not gonna speak too much. Not good fixtures. Jimenez doing Jimenez things. I don't know what Jimenez did. That was a stupid thing. But yeah. Cool. Anything to add, Roy?
No, City just you don't know who's going to play. That's the issue. Bernardo seems like everyone's picking Bernardo. I mean, he's the most transfer in.
I'm happy with Bernardo as a pick. He was getting in good positions. And he's like one of the, for me, if he passes the eye test when you watch him, he looks like he gets into good positions and everything. I've got Bernardo and Foden, and I'm happy to just keep them.
Oh, right, okay. Because I'm thinking about if I do replace Ronaldo, I need to get someone like Antonio in. I can get rid of whoever in the midfield and bring in Bernardo. That's what I've been thinking at the moment.
But Antonio is playing Arsenal, right?
I mean, the future games are good. And yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Could be. Yeah, we'll speak about West Ham as well because few interesting discussions there as well. Okay, that's City Wolves. For me personally, I would go Bernardo still if people had him because I think he'll start, and I think Foden will start this game week as well because of the fact that he got only 30 minutes last game week. All right. Next up, Arsenal Southampton. Roy, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, I mean, well, we had to win that game. I mean, after 2 losses, we had to, and we always play well at home. So that is always a positive for Arsenal is when Arsenal play at home, we're a different team. So kind of the performance gave me some sort of confidence against West Ham. I know West Ham is such a difficult game. It could go either way, but I'm quite confident Arsenal will get the result against West Ham. We do have an issue. We do have a striker issue. I mean, Aubameyang is not playing.
I don't know. I think Lacazette is better. I don't know.
It depends. I don't know. This Arsenal team is so inconsistent. You just can't tell. If everyone turn up, we can beat anyone. If they don't turn up, they can lose to anyone. I mean, Everton is the worst team in the league, and we lost to them.
Yeah, Arsenal is I don't know. Arsenal is an odd team. When you think they'll concede, they don't really concede. Ramsdale has been the bane of my life. He's been taking my ranks down. The funny thing with Arsenal is I've looked at they concede a lot of shots, but they don't concede a lot of shots inside the box. Majority seems outside the box, which is why their non-penalty XGC is pretty low compared to like most other teams, but Ramsdale just ends up on like 3 bonus points and all of that because of the
He
amount of
made
shots he's facing.
loads of saves every game. So
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
Arsenal lose, he will still give you 1 or 2 points.
Yeah.
So I think
Save points,
Ramsdale is
that's the
still
thing.
good to keep for sure. He's got that position nailed. He will play and he will make lots of saves, and he's such a good goalkeeper. Apart from that, I mean, defender wise, Gabriel is a good pick because
Tierney is back.
he is actually going in a lot of corners, and he does score from corners quite a couple of times, I think, this season. And he's always a threat in the box, in our corners and free kicks. Out of all the defenders, I think he will be the one, because on the left back, I'm not sure who will play. Sometimes Tierney, sometimes Tavares. I think Tierney will play from now on when he's fit now. And he's such a threat. That's why if you want to take a gamble, Tierney will be the one. Because I had him for like 5 or 6 weeks and he scored nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing.
Tomiyasu? He's a good defender. I mean, going forward, I think he still rely on the left-hand side. So probably not Tomiyasu. If he left back or Tomiyasu, or pick left back. In the middle, Odegaard score quite a couple. Yeah, he looked really good. He's taking free kicks, corners. I think because Smith Rowe is injured. But Smith Rowe might be back this week.
So Odegaard had 12 chances created, which is, I think, the second most in the last 4 game weeks. Sterling, we spoke about before, 14 chances. This is last 4 game weeks. So Odegaard, I don't know, he looked really good. He's on set pieces, like you said. The question is the midfielders. Your boy Smith Rowe. Is he fit?
He's fit. Well, I think that's what they say, right? He's fit.
I couldn't find any news per se, so I'm not really sure. I'm just hoping he can start.
He's fit.
Okay. So do you think Arteta will start him? Or? Because Saka and Odegaard seem to be playing really well.
But you need 3 players in that midfield, right? You need 3. So
in the back, just behind.
Martinelli has been playing, so I think if Smith Rowe is fit, he will play.
Yeah. Okay, so Martinelli gets a drop.
That's the issue being an Arsenal fan. We're not sure ourselves because it's such a young team, and Martinelli played so well for the last 2 games as well. He deserved to be in the team.
Yeah.
I think Smith Rowe my gut feel is Smith Rowe will come out as a sub for this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think Arsenal again, the Odegaard stepping up with Smith Rowe not there. I think Smith Rowe's injury / fitness would be the main decision in terms of which midfielder you're going. So if you've got news about him not playing, then I think you got a good option in Odegaard and stuff. But yeah, Arsenal's again continue to surprise me with the clean sheets and winning, which is good.
That's the issue with it being a very young team. The average age is 23, 24. Sometimes they turn up, sometimes they don't. And one player for sure will play is Saka. He will play. He's the only player that will definitely play. And Gabriel and Ben White and Tomiyasu and Ramsdale. These guys will play.
Yeah. The
rest of the players, I'm not sure for this game. I mean, Pepe, Aubameyang will not play. I got no idea what's happening there. I just don't see a future for them to be at Arsenal. They got some issues.
Fair enough. Southampton, I think Timo Livramento, so manager said he had a muscle injury. Here I'm hoping that he should be fine. so that he can probably play, because I think I'm going to need him for this week in terms of bench options, because we're light at the back. For others who probably are looking to maybe get rid of Livramento, what do you guys think? Maybe like Livramento to like a Matty Cash or someone in the future, even a Diego Dalot. Obviously, Dalot's game this week is postponed, but maybe later on.
Yeah,
Would you still?
Dalot's a good option, I think, in that 4.5. If you want a United player as well who's got a good run of fixtures. Villa's got good fixtures as well. Roy wants to get more Arsenal players. I'm trying to, but
Why don't you guys all get Luke Shaw back in?
expensive.
We need to bring back Roy's
I think
banner behind himself.
I think we should.
No, we should have just put Luke Shaw at the banner.
And Maguire. Really likes Maguire.
And Fred, get Fred in.
Yeah, Fred.
The GOAT.
The GOAT. No, but
I'd rather take Odegaard. Yeah.
Luke Shaw, I think he's knocking on the door. He played well, and Tellus is obviously been. But I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if Luke Shaw actually starts.
Obviously not this week, but probably against the next week. We never know. Yeah. I think Luke Shaw, out of the two between Luke Shaw and Dalot, Tellus and Luke Shaw, compared to Dalot and Wan-Bissaka, Dalot seems more secure in terms of stats. Because of the fact that Wan-Bissaka's attacking threat isn't that great.
And Tellus is actually playing really well, but
yeah, they actually,
because they work with the Portuguese trio work well together, right? Tellus, Bruno, and Ronaldo.
Brazilian,
sorry, but this
Dalot is Portuguese.
South American, Latino. I'm being racist, yeah. But at set pieces, it's the three of them always.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is true. That's true. Yeah.
Well, I won't be surprised if Luke Shaw goes to Roma in January. Clearly, the manager does not like him.
He's not working with Jose Mourinho. Don't worry. All right. Up next, Chelsea Leeds. Now, big questions over Chelsea's defense.
Disappointed.
Reece James has gone from 53 points in 4 game weeks to 1 point in 4 game weeks. And I think, so I own Alonso and Reece James. Rushant owns Reece James. Roy, you own Reece James only? Yeah. I still think Reece James is probably a keep for the next few weeks at least, until the fixtures get really hard after Game Week 20. And also because of the current COVID situation we're in, I'd rather play the players we have already and not have to look into transfer him out. So by default, I think the Chelsea players are just stuck. But Marcus Alonso, for me, seems very suspect. I know he got the attack in return, but I feel like he's on the edge of getting dropped. That's just my feeling. The only problem is Chelsea don't have options in their left back spot. The other problem with Chelsea, I think, defensively, is their lack of midfield options. In terms of no Kante, no Kovacic, which kind of exposes their backline a bit more. And they've been conceding goals quite a lot the last few game weeks because of that. And Alonso, again, is not as defensively as secure as a Ben Chilwell.
Yeah, I think Chelsea got really lucky this game to win the game. I think it was going for a draw, and once Leeds, once they leveled, then Chelsea started getting like, shit, can we potentially lose this game? And started playing more attacking, obviously. Mason Mount is killing it. What the hell? Who needs Lukaku, right? No one needs Lukaku anymore. Yeah, I think pretty disappointing having James start and getting 0 points the last 2 game weeks, which is not what you expect from a premium defender. So yeah, I'm keeping him, trusting the Chelsea's good run, and Chelsea, they need to come back. The player I really like watching, I think the big differential was Rudiger. Even though Chelsea considered 3 goals, he still got 9 points, which is insane. Being a centre back, he looked insane. Like honestly, like for a centre back, the level of how deep he is in attack is crazy. The freedom is
Yeah, he's always done those runs, and I've been like, this guy, he's just insane. But then again, it's two penalties, like that kind of needs to be taken into account, I guess. I feel like Rudiger is that guy who will get that haul 1 week, and then after that, you just have to hope that you are lucky to have him on that haul. Otherwise, he's not going to come. Um, yeah, in terms of Chelsea, I still think okay. Before all of this COVID news, I would have probably looked into shipping Alonso sooner or later. But now I'm just like, okay, we kind of stay with what we have. At least the players I know who are going to play are rather better than any of the looking into
I think
bringing
that's a good
players who are
strategy,
doubts right now.
especially with COVID. You got to keep the players
Yeah.
that are playing rather than use your transfers on those guys, and the next week
Yeah.
2 other players can't play.
Yeah, true. I've just seen Abin is in the chat, and Abin has asked, "What about Sterling as a differential?" Now Sterling, I think we spoke about it before as well. Second, I mean, most chances created in the last 4 game weeks, but not someone I guess who we would think of playing in the next 2.
yeah. I look, where I was coming
Too
from because I was surprised seeing him on pens as well. The thing with that is De
Yeah.
Bruyne. What is happening with him, right? Like if he comes back, he's going to be taking penalties. Gundogan also takes penalties as well, which is why I was very surprised. I thought Gundogan would be taking the penalty this time around, but the fact that Sterling took it, and Sterling's again, always know Sterling as being an inconsistent player. He's never one to have, except like I think 3 years ago when he was like a premium option. I know recently he's been giving you returns. Like the last 5 game weeks, he had I think 4 returns out of the 5 game weeks with at least a goal or an assist in each of the game weeks. So the problem with Sterling again, 10.6. He's priced.
Yeah, too
You need
expensive
someone
for
like
me. Yeah,
you want consistency.
The same, too expensive.
yeah.
But hey, look, I've been asking as a
fair.
differential. I think he could be a differential.
Could be, yeah. But for me, I'm like, if you're getting that differential, you're probably getting rid of Ronaldo, most likely.
He's an expensive differential.
Yeah, it's a very expensive differential. If you're getting rid of Ronaldo, I want to be able to bring him back in again as fast as possible. I am more happy of doing a striker swap than doing a striker to midfield swap because that's going to take you 2 transfers. But yeah, I think Sterling's a good differential. It's just a bit too expensive for my liking. Okay, back to Chelsea Leeds. Chelsea defense, I guess we kind of keep since we are kind of like COVID situation, keep what we have. And Chelsea so far don't seem to have any COVID related issues. So that's fine. Leeds also seem to be pretty good. And I think Leeds are playing City next, which should be an interesting game. I don't know if Leeds have enough after, because that game was hectic against Chelsea, like all the pressing and everything. I don't know if they'll be able to do the same amount. We'll see. Which is why, again, not having a City midfielder, kind of, if you don't have a City midfielder, I'll be a bit worried. Because I think you need at least one. Because City can always go huge, or they could go absolute cold and you'll just get like a 1-pointer or 3-pointer or something. But yeah.
Yeah, the one thing I'm worried about the game. Sorry, we're talking about Leeds and stuff. Is I'm actually worried Bernardo Silva might get benched tomorrow. He got played, and I won't be surprised if Pep decides to just bench him and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, we know
anything can happen with City. So
yeah, that's the thing. We just spoke about all the options in terms of Grealish, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. One thing for sure, I know Foden has to start because he played 30 minutes and surely he has to start this game. So we'll see. But yeah, anything to add, Chelsea side? Apart from
what happened to Lukaku?
I don't know about Lukaku. I just don't think Lukaku is guaranteed minutes right now.
Really? What happened? All the hype, all the goals they scored last season. What happened? Well, he's back on eating junk food again or something.
It doesn't convince me. Lukaku just doesn't convince me for that level of price tag. Like, I mean, okay, he has the numbers, but I just think right now Chelsea are in a position where that the current lineup is fine. It's just the midfield they need to sort. Lukaku, I think, will take time to get back in. Abin has said, reckon you need a strong bench with matches to be regularly cancelled. Downgrade CR7 and get a 5-strong midfield. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's possible. The question is, I think Sterling is too expensive for a 5-strong midfield. Although I wouldn't mind. Again, Lukaku could be tempting as a differential. But Mason Mount on set pieces could be a good option.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I'm sure the moment I bring in Mount, he'll probably stop scoring. But yeah, Lukaku has been weird. Like, I think he doesn't fit. Like, maybe like they finally realized that he doesn't fit in like Tuchel's system. Because even though even when he was not injured, he wasn't really giving crazy returns for a player.
No, he wasn't. Yeah, that's why I was never like really this thing.
So yeah, I think again, I'm sure he will get back. I mean, he's such a good player, right? I'm sure
he has the pedigree of getting goals.
Again, I think it's the wait and watch with him.
Yeah, fair enough. Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Now, this we knew this was going to be a tough game because Aston Villa had improved defensively. But Salah still getting the returns. Jota obviously was benched but came on. And I think he had the highest non-penalty XG this game week. And that was only 30 minutes. He had about 0.81 or something.
Goal. It was so frustrating.
Who, Jota? Yeah.
He just went over the goal. I was like, yeah. Jota's again, he's been having that crazy amount of attempts and in shots. Yeah, in saying that, I think Liverpool, they're on another force, but Villa actually defended well. I thought they actually defended really well. And they got Martinez at the back, which is always a challenge for teams to get past, But I think Liverpool will be back on the higher on their regular. I think this probably affected their average goals per game.
Probably, yeah. But they were Salah still with the returns though. However, lucky like the penalty might have this thing. Jota though, I still think you start Jota regardless, because and I wouldn't take him out as well for those, because there were a few who took him out. I wouldn't recommend taking Jota out because of the fact that we know that once AFCON starts, Jota is their main man. So I would keep Jota.
I thought Origi will be the main man. He will be the target man.
I know. I saw Origi in your team and I was like, man, this guy got 87 points with Origi not played. I will see. I don't know. Roy has bought in like Origi hoping for the future.
I thought it's being smart getting Origi, and what happened to him? He's injured or something?
Nah,
I don't know.
Doesn't play.
Well, I thought Firmino is injured, so I thought, well, it's time for Origi to shine. But now he's got this knee injury, 75% chance to play.
Yeah, he has time. He has until AFCON to get fit. After that, I guess you can depend on Origi.
I mean, if you have a knee injury, you got 75% chance. How does that work?
Should be fine.
Knee injury is quite serious.
I don't know. I don't know what type of knee injury it is, but like.
Anyway, I'm keeping him for now because I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
It's hoping he might play a couple of minutes.
And get you like a clutch goal or something somewhere.
Roy's
in the middle, right?
Moves. Which is this is the first time I've seen Liverpool do that with Ox up front.
Yeah, but then that was because Jota was on the bench. I still think Jota will be.
So that's interesting. It looks like they're trying to experiment other attacking options from what I'm trying to do. I think they're trying to plan for AFCON when they lose out Mane and Salah to see who else will fit up in that front three. Jota's obviously going to be guaranteed. You'd think so.
But I think Jota will play on the left or the right. I mean, Origi will be in the middle, or Firmino.
Yeah.
Could be. Abin's also said reckon to look at Villa assets, and I think so. This is the thing, right? I was looking into Villa assets as well myself until I heard that they have COVID rumors as well, because Steven Gerrard mentioned about some COVID situations at Villa. Rushad has gone, what? which kind of put me off. I don't know how confirmed that is. Let me find the quote, but y'all go ahead and speak about Villa assets while I find
Yeah,
the
right.
quote.
I think Watkins is definitely a good choice for Villa. I think they got some good fixtures as well. So yeah, Watkins would be a good replacement for Ronaldo.
Yes, because I've seen a lot of people talk about Watkins, and I think they have two good fixtures now, and then they have a tough fixture, and again another
Yep.
two good fixtures. And I think Steven Gerrard would prefer Watkins over like someone like a
Yep.
Danny Ings, because Watkins brings more in terms of the pressing and everything to that Villa team. So yeah, he could be an option. I'm still trying to find these Villa rumors that I
So that's
saw.
tomorrow morning, 6:45. Like so that's in 8 hours, 9 hours.
Yeah. So here we go. So Gerard was like, we were all rested this morning. We got a couple of cases on the plane side, and we've got a couple of cases on the staff side. They are isolating now, so we send our best wishes to them.
That
But yeah, I don't know how many. I still think he might have. He so he didn't mention any names, but Watkins was seen in a training video, so I think Watkins is fine for anyone who's looking to bring in Watkins. So I still think maybe Villa do have enough of players to play the game, but yeah, be careful with who you bring in at the moment. But yeah, I think Watkins is a good option. Yeah, cool. If not, the other options from Villa I was looking at were Matty Cash.
Yep.
Because defensively Villa have looked pretty good, and that was something I was thinking about in terms of downgrading Alonso to free up some cash as well and getting Matty Cash, or someone who we've been speaking about recently, Mr. Ashley Young. But then I checked his minutes and I realized he doesn't play 90 minutes completely, so I was like, disappointed.
He used to play for Man United. Don't pick him.
Yeah.
come on priority list.
No, one player from Villa. I mean, I quite like John McGinn. I think he's only 5.8.
He's playing the number 8.
I think he's a good choice. If you want a cheap midfielder, he'll be quite good.
Yeah, John McGinn is also another good option from Villa assets. So those are Aston Villa. Just watch for COVID rumors though. Up next, Norwich United. Rushant, do you want to take this or should I speak?
You go first because I feel like it should have been way more than 1-0, and I think United really got lucky winning that game.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Both sides should have scored. Ronaldo had another good opportunity which he missed. I think it was Rashford or McTominay who played that passing, and then he took an extra touch. Yeah. In terms of Norwich side, they if not for like De Gea made some really good saves. And I think Norwich are a bit unlucky to not score. This Norwich team is not the same Norwich team that were under Farker. Like under Dean Smith, this Norwich team is much better. If they have, like, if Pookie can find his shooting boots, then you have a decent striker as well.
Yeah, I agree. And Cantwell was playing a lot before, and he's now back in the team as well. I think he was playing the A team or under 21 teams before. He got benched a lot. But I think one player who looked good was it Ozak? He had a couple of headers which almost went in. Ozan Kabak, Ozan Kabak. Yeah, he looked good. Look, in terms of highlights, there were a couple of chances which he had, which could have gone either way. And De Gea made a few good saves as well.
Yeah. I'm still a bit skeptical on United's defense. Because if you're letting Norwich score, like they get these chances, I'm a bit worried. But I guess Dullard for the price is fine.
I think in terms of United, I'm just banking on Ragnick, really.
Solid.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that he adds some spark in the defense, and he's really focused on defense and clean sheet and stuff. So I like that in the manager and in terms of the defensive assets. Again, it's United defense, so you just don't know what you'll expect. But you're right. They should have won way more comfortably than getting a penalty, and so yeah, I'll be on the lookout with United players again.
Yeah, Now, with regards to the question I got on Twitter, so I got a question from FPL SideNet, which was, let me get it up quickly. Where is it? Here we go. Is it worth transferring out a United asset on the chance they may miss game week 17 and 18? Now, I think game week 18 is specifically targeted because of the fact that Brighton also have a few cases, COVID cases. So there is doubt whether that game will also go ahead. We still don't know about that, but let's just assume if that game was also to get cancelled, and almost Roy and I, myself, both of us have Ronaldo. I personally, I don't know if I don't think I'll get rid of. I'd rather bench Ronaldo right now than probably remove him on the off chance that the game does go ahead for Brighton, because of the fact that Liverpool plays Spurs. And I think obviously Spurs haven't played for some time, but the games they did play recently, their defensive numbers were a bit better under Conte. So I wouldn't mind captaining Ronaldo for the Brighton game. But then again, would you get rid of Ronaldo if he was to miss 2 game weeks? Because you could potentially strengthen your midfield, like Abin also said.
I will.
Before.
I definitely will. I don't have a choice because I'm kind of my hands are forced that I have to, because by the look of it now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 players can't play for either injury or the game's not happening. I have to, because I think the next game against Brighton is Saturday, and it's basically 3 days away. If they have an issue now, the issue won't go away in 3 days' time. Yeah, and most likely that game will get postponed as well. So I think for me, it's time to get rid of Ronaldo. For me, that's personally for me, because I just don't have a choice. If I don't,
would you take a hit?
I'm gonna have to, because I want to change in midfield as well. But if I can get 11 players playing, I would just use 1 to get rid of Ronaldo. But if I can't achieve 11 playing players, then I have to make another one.
Yeah, fair enough. For me, at the moment, I can see. I don't know if I will. The question, I guess, the problem is we don't know who's going to start as well from the players who are fit. If I was to achieve 11 players, this is hoping that Livramento also starts, because then I'll have Ronaldo and Cancelo on the bench as well as Gelhardt. And I am not expecting Gelhardt to start for Leeds at all. Maybe he might get 1 or 2 minutes, but apart from that, not expecting. So I'm most likely going to be without a bench. My issue is I don't know, because if I was to get rid of Ronaldo now, right, and let's say they miss 17 and 18, the game after that is Newcastle, and I'm definitely wanting to get him back again. So I'm not sure what to do now in terms of, do I take the risk in terms of benching him for 1 week and see what happens the next week, or do I get rid? But then even if I get rid, right, I don't know, because I'm looking at it, I already own Dennis. I don't want to double up on Watford assets, because we already mentioned before, like, it's probably not the safe thing to do as well. We don't know what's going to happen. Aston Villa, I would have probably liked Watkins, but those COVID rumors put me a bit off in terms of Aston Villa. Antonio is playing Arsenal. Even though his fixtures in the future probably look good, I want someone maybe to make an impact this week, because if I'm planning on bringing Ronaldo back in, they probably had to make an impact in 2 game weeks. So I can't really think of a proper forward who will make that impact for me. Like, my midfield is not an issue for me, and we'll probably look into it a bit more when it comes to the teams. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just in like a odd position where I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I think what you can do really in short term, get rid of him this week, and don't get him, and don't use any transfers next week. So accumulate 2 transfers in 2 weeks' time to get him back in for Newcastle game.
Yeah, that probably might end up being the case, unless again if our hands are forced by something else.
I think that's the strategy I'm taking now, is that if I get rid of him now get another player in. I don't use any transfers next week and see how I go. If I feel like the COVID's gone away, and I might just use another 2 transfer to bring him back in.
Yeah, probably. I think if you people were looking, I think Watkins is probably one. Although Villa, keep in mind the rumors. Again, people are looking to Lukaku. We spoke about Lukaku. Maybe anyone who wants to tempt. I don't know how many minutes he's going to play, even, to be honest. I like Antonio is probably the only one you could probably think. And let's probably. But before we get to Antonio and West Ham, Rushant has De Gea, and I think you have Steely as your second goalkeeper. Are you going to play without a goalkeeper?
Yeah. I mean, I had the
looking
same
at-
problem last week with Sanchez, right? So again,
Yeah.
got rid of him thinking that Brighton, might not play this week as well. Brian De Gea, same thing's happening now again. He might not play the next 2 game weeks. So yeah, as Roy mentioned as well, the next game week is so close on Saturday. I haven't made my transfer yet. I still don't know. So I don't know. Like the problem is there isn't many other goalkeepers in that price range who I'm looking for a long run.
Apart from Ramsdale,
Yeah,
probably.
but also, I mean, I don't want to bring in someone just for 1 week, especially a goalkeeper. I don't want to waste my transfers unnecessarily just to swap a goalkeeper out, swap one back in when you've got fires to put out other departments. And
I unfortunately did that.
yeah, also the fact that I don't have Ronaldo yet as well. It's going to be a bit of a bloodbath to me if I do decide to take him out. But then again, it's like I'm taking a massive risk not going to goalkeeper this week and potentially on Saturday as well. So no, I think I have to think of something.
Would you bench De Gea and probably replace Steely with someone else for
Money.
4.5? Oh.
The bank is currently 0.0.
FPL
Currently 0.0.
Oh wow.
So in derogatory terms, I'm screwed. But but like I have to come up with something else. Yeah, this because COVID's really messing up a lot of plans with
Yeah, that's what I don't know. Because I think a lot of people have Dalot as well and could be in a similar situation where they're like, ooh, now you're stuck. Although getting a goal defender out is a bit more easy than a goalkeeper.
Yeah, true.
Which is cool. So okay, that's basically Ronaldo. If you have Ronaldo and if you want to get ready for 2 game weeks, potentially possible. If you can strengthen your midfield, your hand is forced like Roy and maybe potentially me depending on what I do. But yeah, Burnley West Ham now 0-0. I would have expected West Ham to score something against the Burnley team that's been pretty bad recently. For me, I think now we're speaking about Antonio recently. For me, Antonio looks like he needs a rest. He looks pretty tired. Again, why I'm thinking transferring out Ronaldo, who do I actually bring in apart from maybe a Watkins? Because everyone else doesn't look like a good option. What do you guys still own Antonio?
I think you should, if you do have the chance or the money, bring in some West Ham players because they got some good fixtures.
Yeah, they have good fixtures coming up, though. That's the one thing. I got rid of Antonio before. I've got rid of Antonio already, so I probably won't look to bring him in unless I have to. If you have Antonio, I think you keep.
Yep.
Because what's the whole point of waiting until now? You probably might as well just ride it out. Although there is a problem where you could potentially get sucked into a player and just continues to not perform. But I don't think Antonio is that player, though. But yeah.
I think the next week get some West Ham players in for next week. If you don't have a choice, I think if you think Antonio is a good option, then bring Antonio in because against Arsenal, anyone can score. Everything can score against us. True. Like Gray hasn't scored for like how many days? He scored against Arsenal. Man United lost so many games. To play Arsenal, they won. So anyone's got a chance.
Fair enough. Bowen,
Yeah, a good choice.
people have
I
been
think it's a
looking
good
to.
choice.
Yeah, he's on the radar for a lot of
Um,
midfielders as well.
Mm.
I think he had some good opportunities as
eh,
well last game week, but I'm surprised by
yeah,
that result actually, 0-0 for the West Ham Burnley game.
yeah. That's the thing. Any defenders you'll be looking at? West Ham, so far maybe.
I've got Ben Johnson, so he hasn't
Mm.
played.
Yeah, I know.
Eye injury, but
Recently.
he walked out of the game. I mean, he had to step out. Without
Yeah,
Cresswell, yeah, at the end, Sufal's again. We spoke about it in our last podcast, I think. How Sufal's now
yeah,
trying to improve a little bit. Yeah, interesting one to keep on the lookout of.
Yeah.
yeah. Proper. Cool. So that's West Ham. Leicester, Newcastle, the James Madison show. He looks to be on form. Vardy dropped again, benched.
Rested,
Hudson
right?
Daka
Rested is the
do
word I'd use.
decently. Oh yeah, okay, rest. Yeah, probably okay, rested. Most likely rested, and didn't have to come on because Leicester were winning pretty good. Um, would you look to bring in Madison as another option?
How much is he?
Good question.
Point
Let me see.
8 or 9 or something.
Well, I mean, Leicester
Madison
don't have good fixtures. Spurs, Everton away, Man
6.8.
City, Liverpool. Oh no,
Yeah,
no matter doesn't matter
yeah, yeah,
how
yeah.
cheap it is. No, not until the Norwich game.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Okay, cool. That was a quick answered question. Newcastle, Salah captain this coming week. They look pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, if Leicester can score 4 goals,
Yeah,
let's just leave it at that. If Leicester can score 4 goals.
yeah. Okay, fair
I
enough.
mean, I saw the highlights. Even Harvey
Um,
Barnes scored as well. I mean, like they were like so open at so many aspects. Tillemans is back.
yeah,
Tillemans is
Newcastle. I
back.
don't know.
He's
Yeah,
looking really good. Newcastle just played really bad in that game. They deserve to.
Yeah.
yeah.
So the next three games are Liverpool, Man City, Man United.
God, why is COVID happening now?
Alright. And then finally, Palace, Everton. Gallagher. All of you guys had Gallagher, except for me. 15 points. He's like that player who returns like once in every 4 weeks, and then everyone's like,
Well, I think I mentioned about him only 2 weeks into the season. I said when
yeah,
Palace play against Spurs, and I watched the whole game live. I think after that
yeah,
game, I thought, well, you gotta do anything you can to get him. He was so cheap at the time,
yeah,
5.5. Now he's
yeah,
5.9.
yeah.
I mean, it proves that he just keeps on running, getting to the right positions. He's one to keep if you have them. If you don't have him, get him in because he can still produce.
Would you bring in Gallagher and drop Smith Rowe?
Yes, at the moment, if I don't have both, I would pick Gallagher.
No, if you had like Smith Rowe and didn't have Gallagher,
Uh,
which is the situation I'm in right
oh
now.
no. Well, I think Smith Rowe, if he's injury free, he will.
Yeah,
He's kind of similar player. The Smith Rowe
yeah,
will get into the box at the right time, at the right place, right time, in the box. He will score.
Mm.
Gallagher is the same, but it depends on which team can create more chances, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you think
Yeah, fair
Arsenal
enough.
is going to
I
create
think
more
at the moment,
chances
Arsenal.
or Palace? I mean,
I think Arsenal will create
yeah.
more at the moment.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Ryan, like in terms of
Cool.
Crystal Palace, their next 4 fixtures are really good. But
Yeah,
after
that's
that, it turns for about 3 weeks.
pretty bad.
Come back again.
Okay,
So I
yeah, fair
think
enough.
if you're looking, and that's only in the last game for the year is on the 29th of December versus Norwich, and then the whole month of January, they pretty much got 3 hard fixtures, like very hard.
Okay, yeah.
And you're looking at Norwich again on 9th of February. So if anything, you probably transfer him out for that first Norwich game and bring him in for that second Norwich game. I mean,
Yeah, that's probably the move. Cool. Everton, anyone? Demarai Gray? Yeah. Okay, let's not talk about it. Okay.
He's so
Cool.
sad. That guy is so sad. He only scored because it was against Arsenal. I'm sure he'll never score again. He'll
Roy's
never
been
score
mentioning
again.
this.
I've been a Gray, like, I wouldn't say believer, but I've had him in my team
Yeah.
for a long time throughout the beginning of the season. He gave me consistent results, and then I dropped him when he sort of was falling off the cliff. But now what's
Yeah.
interesting is that Everton's fixtures actually get good
Yeah, that's
in
the
a couple of
thing.
game
That's
weeks.
why.
So I'm not writing them off just yet. It's more so that,
Yeah.
okay, cheap midfielders. Um, can you really like? You have to start considering them with AFCON as well, and using a lot of
Yeah, that's
midfielders
the
as
thing.
well. I think that in order for you to accommodate a Ronaldo and stuff, you have to start looking at options like Gray, and if
Everton's got really good fixtures from 27th of December. They're all greens until February. So maybe Gray
right.
give him another chance.
Yeah, true. I have just bought up the ticker, and so this is the ticker with Chelsea's fixtures as well added in terms of the ones missing. Where is Everton? Everton right on top until game week 25. Apart from Chelsea, look at that. Okay, Leicester may be a bit tough, but then after that it's easy run of fixtures. That's why I was asking.
Look, I'm not going to discount him off. I think that's someone definitely to we're not. I think we're going to be considering Everton players, especially when looking at fixtures. We're not going to. He's definitely going to be on the top of the list in terms of looking at however much he's disappointed us and however much he only scored Arsenal.
Roy, it's
yeah. I'm just hoping
but yeah,
DCL come back. Honestly, like, and Richardson's back. I just want back because then it'll just make my striking easier. My options easier. Start DCL.
Exactly.
Forget about it. Just leave him as striker.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's true. I just hope Everton can improve, and also that Chelsea after game week 20, I think you get rid as fast as possible. So maybe save your transfers to make sure you get rid of James and Alonso by then, I think. But yeah, cool. So this is the fixture ticker. Everton upcoming soon. In the near short term, West Ham pretty good. Villa up there as well with good fixtures. Newcastle right at the bottom, and along with Brentford, Leicester, Wolves. Cool. So that's the game week. Sorry, that's the season ticker. Game week 17. We kind of like spoke about it as well in simultaneous. Captain Salah, I guess unanimous.
No doubt.
Agreed. Who would you vice captain? Oh, unless Roy, I captain Salah. You've been going very differential the last few weeks.
But didn't pay off.
What do you mean it didn't pay off? You got Ronaldo, got 2 more points.
2 more points. Come on, I was hoping Ronaldo got a hat-trick last week.
Oh yeah, fair enough. I also would have gone for Ronaldo, but then I was a bit scared.
I think a City player is not something to consider as well in this game. I think City will bounce back after playing Wolves. I think they will score tomorrow. Friday might be back on the scoring charts, unfortunately for me. But yeah, I don't want to see that news in the morning.
If you really want to make a difference, Captain Gallagher.
Yeah.
They play Southampton at home, Crystal Palace.
And they don't have their keepers. They play Malara.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. But here I am starting Livermore and hoping that they keep a clean sheet. But anyways,
I think 99% of people are going to pick Salah as their captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at the Brentford form he is, and Newcastle just getting thumped 4-0.
Yeah, just too much. Cool. Teams, Roy, right on top, 87 points and 2 zeros. He still got 87 points and 2 zeros. What? How?
Unfortunately, at 0-0-0 and still.
You have I just realized you had Huming Son on the bench.
Well.
We didn't speak about Spurs, but Spurs, I don't know if they'll play. We'll see.
Well, keeping him because the positive is he's going to play two games in 1 week, right?
Yeah, that's true. With regard to Spurs, I think the cases have improved in terms of their possibilities. So there is a possibility they might play the upcoming game. The one thing is it might not be a full strength Spurs squad, and it might still not include the players who got affected. And I think Son was one of the affected players. Because I still think you. So once you get COVID, you can't play within that 10-day
really?
period, I think. So I don't know if Sun is part of
But
that.
surely, if that's the case, his status would be red, injured, or yellow, whatever.
But then that's if they leak the information of who got COVID, right? They don't really do
Yeah,
that.
because I think Emerson Royale had that in his
Yeah, unless it's
yeah.
publicly. Yeah, I'm not really sure. There is a chance that Spurs game could go. From what I just saw on Twitter just before we came on, it could happen, but we'll have to see. It might be a very depleted
Right,
Spurs
I'm
team.
waiting until 5 o'clock in the morning to make my changes.
I'm not getting up I probably might wait until late night, but I'm not getting up at 5 in the morning.
Also, the fact that they're playing Leicester again,
but yeah.
so is it really worth? I still have some. I still have my team because I have way too many fives to throw everywhere else. So I'm just gonna let him rot there until he actually starts playing. So
fair enough. 87 points, Roy. So who are you looking? You're looking to get rid of Ronaldo and
bring in Watkins for next 2 games.
Yeah.
And potentially bring in Bernardo for Mbomo.
Yes.
I think that's what I'm gonna do, which I have to sacrifice 4 points to do that. I mean
that works. Like we saw a lot of people take hits this week, and it kind of worked.
Yeah, so I don't have to use the second one. I can just get rid of Ronaldo for now. But I still haven't decided yet.
Yeah, fair enough. Rush 77 points, took a hit as well, paid off, insane. No Ronaldo, so he doesn't have to worry about that, but he does have De Gea, which he kind of has to worry about. He's also got Heung-min Son. How do you guys have so much money on the bench and still get massive points? I must be doing something wrong.
I don't have Ronaldo, that's why I was able to afford Son.
This is true.
I mean, Gallagher kind of saved my day at the end, but not for head-to-head, but just in general catching up. Green Arrow, I think was good to have Gallagher. I mean, the bigger thing here, obviously, is I don't have Ronaldo, and I was shitting myself when they're playing Norwich. So that was a big risk I had to take. I didn't want to bring in a United player. I decided to go with De Gea because Sanchez didn't play, but now good for 1 week, but I don't think he'll last for any.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. We'll have to, probably. I don't know about the Brighton game. Like, if the Brighton game wasn't also in doubt, I wouldn't have mind holding for just 1 game week, take it on the chin and go. But we'll see. That 2 game weeks is a bit of a problem. With regards, I see Broha in your team. Oops, my bad. With regards to Broha, I think Hasenhüttl said, not sure. We'll have to see how it goes. There might be a chance of playing, so maybe.
Even more.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that's your team. And then finally me, suffering with all these 1-point Camille's. Reece James, oh my God. I don't know. But yeah. I have made a transfer. I did make an early transfer before all this COVID news came. And I was like, Ramsdale, you shall no longer be the bane of my life. If you don't get points, it's fine, because I'm going to suffer as well. So I went and got Ramsdale in for Guaita.
Interestingly, I'm about to do as well right now. That's literally what I'm going to do right now.
Yeah, exactly. Because like he keeps taking my rank down. I was like, I'm tired of this shit.
And for me,
and he
I got
keeps
no
making
option.
saves.
I have to bring someone.
Yeah, so might as well, right? If Ramsdale doesn't play the entire games, everyone suffers. If he does well, we all rejoice. Now I'm just wondering what I do with. So Livramento will come on for Ronaldo right now. Assuming everyone else is fit, Smith Rowe will come on for Cancelo. The question is, if Livramento or if one of the others, for some reason or the other, don't play, then I'm a bit messed up. Then I'm down to like less than 10 men probably. We'll see. I don't know. So this is the problem, right? I have a strong midfield. Bernardo, Jota, Foden, Salah and Smith Rowe, which I'm really happy with. If I was to ever look at transfers, it would be in the defensive side. With either Alonso or Livramento being the ones who go out. But because of the fact that it seems like they don't have any COVID issues, Livramento slight top, but I think he might play. That is why I'm not really sure who do I get rid of Ronaldo for. And it'll have to be for a hit. So I'm like not sure whether it's worth it even to like bring in a striker who could. I don't even know if there can be a striker who'll score more than 4 points or score more than the hit as well. So I'm not really sure who to bring.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good option. Just wait and see next week.
Yeah.
And I think you're probably looking to downgrade, technically be a downgrade to Alonso in terms of that.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for that as well. Alonso to someone, but because of all the COVID things, I'm keeping Alonso for one more week. And then probably see in game week 18 and all what happens.
Yeah, Gelhardt's there. Interesting pick.
I know, right? Comes on, scores, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I knew this was the risk of bringing him in. I was like, most likely going to get a price rise from him and
Yeah.
nothing more.
Have you got a price rise?
But yeah,
What is he?
not yet. He's close to a 4.6, but nothing yet. Yeah. So that's the teams. Price changes. Let me bring it on because we were looking into it. Let me just change the screen as well. And we'll wrap up soon. Oops, wrong one. There you go. Bernardo going up again. I don't know how these guys are going up in price. Mobpie seems to be going up. Ramsdale, Prashant, if you're making a transfer, you better make it soon because Ramsdale looks like he's going up. Mings, Davis, I don't know why Davis is going up. Gerhard, please go up in price. Thank you very much. McGinn, we spoke about. Bowen is there, potentially maybe. No one else specifically. Recent price changes, obviously, Dennis went up again. He keeps going up. Trent, Diaz, Robertson. Yeah, those are basically the price
I
changes
understand
right
the
now.
Mopay one because everyone's trying to replace some strikers, cheap striker. But
Yeah,
problem
somewhat.
is Brighton, so that's probably the only
That's
other.
thing. Yeah, that's the one kind of doubt. True. All right, and then finally to wrap things up, the combined FPL team. 66 points, not too bad. But we've got fires to put out. Green arrow for this team. We went with Ronaldo.
And when would
paid
he
off.
come on?
That's the difference.
Oh,
Yeah, we have
I
both.
thought he was the bench. He did come on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did come on. Oh shit, I didn't expect that. Okay, yeah. Not too bad. 66. Yeah. Do we make we probably can make a transfer.
How many transfers can we do? One?
We can do one transfer. So if you were to pick a team, right? It will most likely look like, yeah, we need to make a transfer because we're like without players.
I think we've got to get rid of that Brentford guy. Mbeumo. I think their fixtures are too bad. I mean, there's no point keeping him. He's there. There's no point.
So who else do we get rid of Ronaldo as well, or
we have defenders?
What's the deal
this game week?
Who, us? We have Tomiyasu, Rich James, potentially a Livramento. That's it.
Wow.
That's kind of like my team.
Yeah. I can't believe we never got Trent. Do we get Gallagher for Mbeumo?
Oh yeah, how much is it? 6.2.
Mbeumo's not playing this week as well, right? Mbeumo's not playing this week as well.
No. The other one we could potentially gamble on, and that's a differential, is Mason Mount.
What about Gray?
Get
Gray.
Fixtures. Oh yes, that's a good point. He said Gray.
Let's try to be a bit different, right?
Although they have Chelsea this week. That's the one tough one, but apart from Chelsea, I mean, I don't mind getting, well, I probably wouldn't look to get
later,
Gray
next week maybe.
Else. Yeah, but then for who?
Oh,
I don't know who I'll remove from that
midfield. It seems like all the other four midfield will play. Maybe get rid of James.
Yeah. James?
Sorry, no.
We need to replace Fires.
One of the players in red, because I feel like, either Foster or Johnson. Maybe not Foster.
You can remember Johnson.
Because I feel like they're not going to, and at least Mbeumo has a chance of getting 2 points next week. And
oh yeah, that's true. I mean, but we still need to play. Oh yeah, that's a good point.
But no, I think we might need to take one because you're gonna go with probably a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-3.
3-4-3. Or 3.
How much money will we get? I mean, say maximum, there's no point giving him for the next few games.
Yeah, but right now we don't.
The real players are Ronaldo, Mbeumo, and one of the red players.
Yeah, and probably Johnson. So even if you do like Johnson and keep Ronaldo, Johnson and Mbeumo, we can probably bring in Gallagher and some defender.
But Trent.
Trent is 8.2 nowadays, which is insane. I mean, we could try an Aston Villa defender, Matty Cash. Risk it with a bit of Aston Villa. This thing, I don't know whether who is out, but that's one risk.
Well, what about West Ham player Cresswell?
We could do a West Ham player. Soufal is the only one I can think of.
Wow, so many Reds in the defense.
Oh,
Yeah, I know,
Cresswell's
right?
good.
Crazy.
He's not playing.
Yellow.
Played the last.
Yeah. Back injury. He hasn't played for the last few games.
That's why Johnson's playing a lot more as well.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't mind Soufal since he's the only fit one in the team, and West Ham is a long-term pick as well.
Cool. So, do you do Gallagher midfield or Demarai Gray?
I don't mind Gray actually, Roy, just to get some.
Okay.
Yeah, because he will play. They've got really good fixtures for next
and
week.
their fixtures long term are good. Yeah. Okay, that's the transfers we make. And then we start Demarai Gray against Chelsea and hope that Chelsea's... No, I don't want to hope that Chelsea's defense continues to be bad, but yeah. Drop Senmax.
Yep.
Put him as first sub. Captain will be Salah. And vice captain Josh King.
This team is not bad actually. With the
He's not
Yeah,
too
he's
bad.
better than my team.
no, the risk of the team.
It's
like
not
my
great as
team,
well,
but
though.
didn't have Trent. That's the only real risk in this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Cool. All right, so this is the team. We will end it with this. It's been a pretty long video as well. Hopefully, every one of us can field at least close to 11 players tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Thank you to Rush. Thank you to Roy. Been a late night. And thank you to everyone else as well for watching. Yeah, we will see how we